Good morning, good evening to all respected participants of the Batch 6 Mentors Program. Welcome today to the day 2 with an amazing new trainer. After yesterday, after a successful day, we have another trainer. So let me introduce our trainer for today. He is well known, Professor Karudin Sulkalmi, the FCILT Adjunct Professor School of Media and Communication, Faculty of Social Science and Leisure Management, the Taylor's Lakeside University, Adjunct Professor from the Faculty of Business and Technology, Asia Metropolitan University, AMU and Industry Advisory Panel member of AIP, Meritus University. He has been more than 40 years of corporate credentials behind the name. With industry exposure spanning publishing, university and investment cooperatives, hospitality services, learning and development, travel, transportation, ICT, unit trust, fund management, automotive insurance, and the collision repair. He has been visiting professor, adjunct professor, senior research fellow, board of advisors, subject matter expert, a member of examination boards at more than 10 public-private universities in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines. He has been invited to present papers at conferences globally and locally, present keynote addresses, chair moderator, and as panelists from both industry and academia in places among others, including Jakarta, Manila, Cairo, Bangkok, Singapore, Barcelona, London, New York, Washington, Chicago, Tokyo, Paris, Florida, Sudan, and I will say he was visiting my country, but he didn't say hello to nada. So we want to thanks to our great organizer, to International Internship University, for giving this opportunity, for having this great mentors program, and our amazing Dr. Snikta Kadam, the COO. She is working hardly 24 hours for making these programs and other programs in IIU successful. So thank you. Thank you, our founder, and thank you, Dr. Snikta, for this great program. And yes, before these programs, we had a great career counseling. So if you were not a participant of career counseling, be very soon, we are coming with a new, so join us. And yes, I want to say before our great Professor Kerudin start, we will have now in February a set of blockchain workshops, training sessions. So please, if you feel comfortable if and in this field, and if this is your field, please join us like a speaker and like a leader of the training session. So welcome, great Professor Kerudin. I don't want to waste the time. We want to learn from you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, guys, in different parts of the planet. Thank you for being here. I see there already. Yesterday, I saw there were 40 participants. Now 41. I think some is coming in. Thank you, Prof. Nada, for the really very kind introduction. But you frightened me with all the things that you have read about me. Now I'm a bit pressured. Okay.
But you need to make now great a session. Yes.
Okay. In the usual tradition, yesterday we heard from Professor. What's her name? What's her name? So, what was the professor's name yesterday?
Professor Silham.
Silham. Yes, Professor Silham, all the way from New Zealand. Yeah, all the way from New Zealand. So today I'll continue with what she has shared. Probably she has mention some of the things, and I will reinforce it today. Yeah. Let me share my slides with you. Okay. Can you see my slides?
Yes, Professor. Yes, Professor. But please, please, it is divided Zoom and the slides.
Okay. Can you see now?
Great, great.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let me move on. Okay. Okay. All right. I will be handling tonight, module 3 of this program. Okay, as usual, in my usual style, I will start off with this very nice, I like this exercise. So I would like participants, wherever you are on planet Earth, quickly take a look at this diagram that I'm showing. One is a square, one is a rectangle, and one is a squeegee. Quickly take a look at it and choose which one that relates to you, which one that you like, which one do you think is you? Are you a square? Are you a triangle? Are you a circle? Are you a rectangle? Or are you a zigzag, a squeegee? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to think. You shouldn't be thinking too long. Now, if you have selected which one that you think you are, could you kindly put it in the chat so that I can take a look at it later on. I want to see among us how many is a rectangle, how many is a circle, and how many is a square. Okay. Are you guys doing it? Please put it in the chat, yeah? Okay. Okay. Has everyone selected? I take it that everyone has made their choice. Okay, now that you have made your choice, I will show you whatever that you chose. What does it mean? There you are. We call this geometric psychology. Okay, you can use this later on with your mentees, right? If you had chosen a square, that means you're a hard worker. You like structured and organized environments. You love data. You are dependable. You are tenacious. Very important. We need to be tenacious. Likes to do the job yourselves. Likes things in writing. Make sure things get done well. Likes lots of details. Will not tolerate sloppy work. If you had chosen a triangle, oh wow, that means you're a leader. Very focused. Loves recognition. Very sure people. Outspoken. Very focused on goal at hand. Loves lists and sticky notes. Independent. Likes to do your own thing. Okay, always get the best deal. Now, if you had chosen rectangle, okay, then you are sick of being a square and reaching upward like a triangle. Excited, unpredictable, excellent student. Less frozen than other students, if you are a student, okay? Team players, thinks well in groups. Okay, that's if you are already in employment. If you had chosen a circle, what it means is you like harmony. Fun, nurturing, caretaker, loves people with problems so that they can help them solve problems. Best listener and best communicator. Has good gut ideas, trustworthy, cannot stand conflict. Have a hard time saying no. Has many friends. Now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies, if you had chosen circle, if you are a circle, that means you are a perfect mentor. Because all those skills, all the things that I just read are the important skills of a mentor. Now, if you had chosen scribble, you are open-ended, most creative, highly conceptual, broad ideas, ask what if a lot, future-oriented, not a detailed person, has lots of ideas, both good and bad, good troubleshooter, and has a short attention span. So if you choose scribble, that means you are like the current, the present Gen Y and the millennial. You know these guys, huh? If you see, they are all short, you know. Their attention span is very short. They see something they don't like, they move to the next one. They see a video they don't like, they move to the next one. They read a message they don't like, they move. See, that's so. If you had chosen that, but never mind, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is now. 6 months later, if someone else show you and ask you to choose, you may choose something different. So psychology, as they call it, psychological profiling is a rough, more or less, indication of who or what you are. People change over time, and the people that you are around with, that you are with, can also affect you to become what you are. Okay, with that, let me move on. Okay. I always start my sessions with stuff like this. Now, in the old VUCA, we need to give new leaders Viagra. Okay. What does VUCA stands for? Volatile, okay, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Now, in what you call, to prepare new leaders, okay, in this VUCA world, we need to give them Viagra. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It's not the Viagra that you are having in mind. What I meant by Viagra here is versatile, okay, inspiring. I see Brother Gurab smiling there. Versatile, inspiring, assertive, gung-ho, and resourceful. And A here stands for agility. Okay, that's the old VUCA. Okay, now it's the new VUCA. Now, in the new VUCA, we need a new vaccine. We don't need Viagra anymore. Okay, the VUCA has also changed. In the new VUCA, the world that we live in now, okay, it's vision, you need understanding, and the world needs clarity, and also the world needs agility, speed, as opposed to the old VUCA, volatile, uncertain. It is still volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, but now the VUCA means you need to have vision, you need to have understanding, clarity, and agility. And for you to train your mentees, for you to train the future leaders, okay, you need to give them vaccine. No more Viagra. Okay. But it means about the same thing. V stands for versatile. They need to be assertive. They need to be competent. They need to be collaborative, inspiring, and have good networking skills like what we are doing tonight, okay? And empowering. You need to empower them, okay? If you are a leader, you need to be able to empower people, okay? All right. The module 3, that's the module for the next an hour and a half or so. With me, we will be covering we'll start off with leadership, okay? Now, a mentor should be a good leader, right? A leader who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Okay. Some leaders, okay, just don't know the way, and they call themselves leaders. And then I don't even know how to show the way. But a good leader means someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Leadership is the ability of an individual or a group of individuals to influence and guide followers or other members of an organization. Now, leadership quality is a very important aspect of a mentor. I repeat it, okay? Leadership quality is a very important aspect of the mentor. Okay, let's take a look at some of the definition which I just picked up from Google, okay? Okay, see, leadership, esteem, motivation, direction, motivation, change vision, improvement, target, partnership, management, feedback, inspiration, blah, 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 coaching, commitment. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Okay, leadership is about integrity, okay, vision, positive attitude, sense of humor, okay? You can't be too serious all the time. Once in a while, you need to joke, okay? And then otherwise, if you're too serious, your staff or your employees or the people who report to you may not like it. So once in a while, you need to crack a joke, okay? And then solid communicator. You must be able to communicate. If you cannot communicate, how can you be a good leader? To me, communication is fundamental. You need to explain rocket science into simple language so that even the guy who sells ice cream by the roadside understands what you're talking about. Okay. And the most important thing is inspiring. Okay. Don't worry, in a short moment, we'll come back to this inspiring again. This is a very important word when you want to become a mentor. Let's move on. Okay, leadership again, responsibility, mentor, support, goal. Okay, communication, teamwork, ethics, vision. Okay, all kinds of definition. Okay, again, okay. When you talk about qualities of leadership, what is it? Honesty, efficient communication, knowledge, consistency, visionary outlook, selflessness, courage, willpower. So different authors, different gurus, different philosophers have a different perception of leadership. Okay, again, leadership qualities. Compassion, passion, sincerity, sensitivity, honesty, determination, humility, integrity, courage, positivity, and confidence and compassion. Okay, that's it. Oh, again, I thought I'm done with it. Honesty, delegation, communication, commitment, creativity, communication, attitude, and humor. Another one. Leadership again. If we talk about support, teamwork, motivation, competence, skills, responsibility, communication, and power. Oh, I didn't realize I put so many. Okay, we are done with leadership. Okay, now we move to profession. Now the mentor should be an expert in his profession. A profession is an occupation, trade, craft, or activity in which one has professed expertise in a particular area. A job, especially one requiring a high level of skill or training. Now, a mentor should be the master of the subject. So he should have in-depth knowledge about his profession and subject. He should be able to understand loopholes. A good leader, a good coach, an expert are a few of the qualities of the mentor. Okay, let me move on. Okay. Subject, expertise, and resource person. Now, a resource person is a person with expertise in a certain area who may be called upon as necessary to perform a task or provide information. A mentor is a trained resource person who is there to answer questions and offer support. I repeat, yeah. A mentor is a trained resource person who is there to answer questions and offer support to the mentee. Let's move on. Vision. Okay. A vision is a sense by which the qualities of an object as the color that make up its appearance are perceived through a process in which light rays entering the eye are transformed into signals that pass to the brain. So a mentor should be a visionary. So a mentor is not much different from a leader, right? We saw a few slides just now. Visionary, a leader has to be visionary. A mentor is also must be visionary. Okay, most importantly, his vision should be clear. If you have a blurry vision, the mentee is going to be in trouble. So the mentor must have a clear vision. Now, commitment, we saw that again. A good leader must be able to have commitment, okay? Now, a commitment is a promise or agreement to do something. It is a responsibility. Commitment is defined as a willingness to give your time and energy to something that you believe in, or a promise of firm decision to do something. Commitment leads to action. Action brings your dream closer. A mentor should be committed to his profession and vision. Without commitment, mentor cannot have depth in anything. When mentor is committed to something, he accepts no excuses, but gives only results. Okay, let's move on. Team building. This is again a very important component. Excuse me, of mentoring, mentorship, team building. Okay, I'm sure most of us already know what team building is. I'm sure some of us, okay, guys, you must have already done your own team building session. Okay, you must have led it or you become part of the team. Okay, now team building is the action or process of causing a group of people to work together effectively as a team, especially utilizing activities and events designed to increase motivation and promote cooperation. Team building is a structured practice in the skills teams need to perform optimally at work. The purpose of any team building is to build a stronger unit of people working together. Team building has many benefits in every endeavor. It improves productivity, increases employee motivation, encourages collaboration, and builds trust and respect among employees. Let's move on. Okay, the mentor is responsible for team building. Now, the importance of team building. There are 10 of them, okay? Number 1, builds trust, regulates communication. Number 3, increases productivity. Number 4, brings people together. Number 5, foster creativity and learning. Number 6, healthy competition. Number 7, makes people more acceptable. Okay, accepting. 8, resolves conflicts. Number 9, employees can acquire skills. And number 10, improves company culture. So those are the 10 elements, okay, the important things that a team building gives. So that's why team building, what they call, is important to mentors, okay? And the mentor is responsible for team building. let's move on. Okay, again, the importance of team building. The importance of team building is all about practice. Okay, in team building activities, they're really preparing for important real world situations that demand cohesion. Let me move on. Okay, now benefits of team building activities. Okay, now the benefits of a team building event for work include improving the 3 C's. Okay, if after you finish today and you don't remember anything else, you just remember the 3 C's, I'm fine with that. Collaboration, the first C. The next one is communication, and the next one is companionship. Enhancing these 3 team competencies then leads to additional hello benefits, including better morale, stronger motivation, and unified company culture. Okay. Okay, non-judgmental. This is very important. If you're going to be a mentor, this is one of the skills you must exhibit, or your mentee must be seeing you as someone who is non-judgmental. Okay, so which means a mentor must be unbiased, unprejudiced, prejudice-free, must be accepting, non-partisan. Okay, you cannot say you like Russia or you like Ukraine. You have to be unbiased, okay, non-partisan. You have to be neutral, okay, non-aligned, non-discriminatory, anti-discrimination, objective, disinterested, dispassionate, detached, tolerant, liberal, permissive, broad-minded, undogmatic, and unprescriptive. Okay. This, to me, I like this, undogmatic. It's a lot of work without realizing it. Quite a lot of us are very dogmatic. So we are so stuck in our dogma that we just refuse to listen to anybody else. So a mentor shouldn't be that. You should be more liberal. You shouldn't be a dogmatic person. Okay. Of course, some may not agree with me. Okay. The general rule is okay. Yes, the mentor needs to be non-judgmental, which means, okay, what do you mean by non-judgmental? Listening without judgment builds essential rapport. You need to build a rapport, right, with your mentee. So if you are already judgmental, then how can you be a mentor? Okay, the feedback without judgment is empowering. Okay, both are learned skills. In other words, you can learn to listen and you can learn to give a feedback without judgment. I remember when years ago, 40 years ago, well, not 40, maybe 30 years ago. Oh no, maybe 20 years ago, when I joined an organization, that was the first thing the CEO, my boss, told me. He said, listening. A good management or a good CEO or a good boss is someone who has very refined listening skills, and listening can be learned. In fact, where I was, we train all the senior managers to attend courses on listening. Listening is a skill. This is the problem is we think that we are listening. We claim that we listen a lot, but we don't. Yeah, I'm not listening to you. I hear you, but I'm not listening to you. Many of us, I'm sure you can agree with me, all over the world. Doesn't matter what ethnic group you are, which society you come from, or which country you come from. This is the usual problem with people. They say that they listen. I listen. I'm listening. No, they're not listening. They hear you. I hear you, but I'm not listening to you. They'll be doing something else. So listening is a very refined, finite skill. They even teach this at Harvard, okay? There's a special course on listening. Listening is a very powerful skill, okay? And to be a mentor, you need to polish this listening skill, okay? It says both are learned skills. You can learn to be a better listener, okay, if you're already a good listener. Both enable the mentor to make their own decisions and plans with support and guidance, and both create a communication style that can enhance any relationship. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, now, the mentoring skills model. This is very important. And this is an important takeaway. I'm sure yesterday, Dr. Silham has mentioned this. I am, showing this again. Now, the mentoring skills model. You have two. You have the mentee specific skills. So the mentee must be able to acquiring mentors is a skill, but they must choose a good mentor. Okay, learning quickly. They must show initiative. Okay, they must follow through, and they must manage the relationship. So these are the core skills that a mentee must have. Mentee specific skills. So with the mentors. Mentors also need specific skills. What are the specific skills that mentors must have? Instructing, developing capabilities, inspiring, provide corrective feedback, managing risk, and opening doors. So the rest of the session that I'm going to be having with you in a while, okay, will cover all these 5 essential core skills of mentors. But don't forget, there are shared skills that you must also polish and pick up, okay? These two, when they are together, you need to be able to improve your listening skills, okay? Listening actively, both sides. Building trust, you need to build the trust, both mentor and mentee. And then encouraging. The mentee should encourage the mentor, so is the mentor that needs to encourage the mentee. And then identifying goals and current reality. And together, the mentor should be able to fulfill the aspiration or the objectives of the mentee, and as to why they got you as a mentor in the first place. Okay, guys? Mentoring skills model, okay? Let's move on. Okay. Core mentoring skills aid. Okay, what is it? Both mentors and mentees should utilize the following core skills in their mentoring partnerships. Okay, number 1, listening actively. Active listening is the most basic mentoring skills. The other skills build on and require it. Okay, active listening. When you listen well, you demonstrate to your mentors and mentees that their concerns have been heard and understood. Now, as a result, they feel accepted by you, and trust builds. That's important, building the trust. The way you indicate you're listening intently is by performing several observable behaviors. Excuse me. Okay, mentors should be reflecting back certain comments to show you've grasped the meaning and feelings behind the message. Okay. Use appropriate non-verbal language, such as looking directly into people's eyes, nodding your head, look into the eyes, nodding your head, leaning slightly towards and frowning or smiling wherever appropriate. Avoid interrupting mentors and mentees while they're talking, okay? Remember and show interest in things they've said in the past. Summarize the key elements. So mentors should be able to have this skill, to polish the skills, reflecting skills, appropriate nonverbal language skills, the use of appropriate nonverbal language skills, avoiding interruption, and remembering and showing interest, and summarizing key elements. Okay, let's move on. Resist the impulse always to turn the conversation to your experiences, which we all have a tendency to do, and opinions, and to find immediate solutions to problems you may be hearing. Listen carefully first. The problem solves much later. I like to repeat this. Listen carefully first. Sometimes you have a tendency, to try and solve the problem. Oh, actually, this you should be doing. No, a good mentor will listen carefully first. The problem will be solved much later. If your mentors and mentees have a habit of immediate problem solving, see if you can help them be better listeners and problem explorers. Let me move on. Okay. Number 2, building trust. The more that your mentors and mentees trust you, the more committed they'll be to your partnerships with them, and the more effective you'll be. This trust develops over time if your mentors and mentees observe certain appropriate behaviors on your part. Let me move on. To become trustable, you must keep confidences shared by your mentors and mentees. I repeat that, very important. Keep confidences shared by your mentors and mentees. Spend appropriate time together. Follow through on your promises to them. Respect your mentors and mentees' boundaries. Admit your errors and take responsibility for correcting them. Tactfully share your feedback. Are dissatisfied with something, so they'll know you're honest with them. That's important. You need to be, the word here, the key word here is being tactful. Many of us, robust, very assertive, very bold, very brave. But, sometimes bravery doesn't solve the situation. Tactfulness is a very important thing to do. You need to be tactful in any situation. Okay? You listen to the American president when he talks. He doesn't shout and say this and that. What he does is he will smile and he will describe a situation and comes to a conclusion or make a recommendation. The word is tactfully. So in other words, doesn't necessarily antagonize anyone. So tactfulness is also a very important skill, like listening. So you need to learn it, you need to polish it, and it's a learned skill. I know I've been working for so long and I've met so many people, okay, before I retired. There are a lot of people who are just not tactful, tactless. They just say what they like. They think, the world owes them a living. Or they think that they they are who they are, I mean, human right, human freedom. So they are so tactless. They just say whatever they like. No, you shouldn't do that. Even though, there is human freedom, there is, liberty, fraternity, as the French call it, you need to be tactful in exercising your rights. That's my tip, or rather my advice to would-be mentors. Okay, let's move on. You may disagree with me, okay? You may have your own views of looking at it. Now, while there are many ways to encourage, and mentors and mentees can differ in the types and amounts of encouragement they like, you can, this is what you can do. Compliment your mentee on accomplishments and actions. You can point out positive traits in addition to their performance and accomplishments. You can praise them privately, one-to-one, and you can commend them in front of other people. You say good things about them, make a comment about them in front of other people. Something that is positive, something that is encouraging, something that is inspiring. Remember, we saw the word a lot just now. Something that's inspiring, encouraging, but not something that is degrading or something that, demotivating. Remember that. Okay, guys, let's move on. Express thanks and appreciation, write encouraging memos or email, and leave a complimentary voicemail. So all these are very, inspiring stuff that you can do. Be certain that your praise and encouragement are sincere. That's very important. People know that if you are not sincere in your comments or in your, appreciation when you express them. People can see it from your face, okay? Your eyes especially. Your eyes, your facial expression tells 1,000 words. Sometimes that you don't realize. You think you are trying to hide it, but no. Hello, it's all on your face. A good person, a trained person should be able to detect it whether or not you are sincere. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now to demonstrate the mentoring skill. Okay, know what's important to you and what you value and desire most. Recognize areas in which you're able to perform well. Very concrete examples of behaviors you can perform at the good to excellent level. Identify specific weaknesses or growth areas observed in yourself and ones noted by others. This is in a work-related situation. If you're the boss, you're mentoring your subordinate or your colleague. Okay, set tentative 1 to 5 year goals to reach in your personal life and career. Describe accurately the reality of your abilities and situation. Okay. Effective mentors are constantly fine-tuning the self-knowledge, incorporating new feedback and observations regularly. So you need to regularly upskill reskill, and multi-skill. This is my favorite. In any training session, okay, people don't realize it. As an individual, even as a group, as an organization, you need to constantly upskill, reskill, and multi-skill, especially with the new technology today. You cannot rely. Some old skills are good, keep them, but you need to reskill so that you get used to something new. And then upskill, you move your skill to the next level. And the other one is multi-skill. So now you know 2 or 3 skills. Now you multi-skill. Now you know 3 or 4 or 5 new skills. So you are now multi-skill. So this is the kind of mindset, the kind of framework that you should have to become good, excellent mentors. Excuse me, let me move on. Okay. What are the critical skills for mentors? We saw earlier on in the slide. Okay, I'm bringing it up here again. Okay, mentoring is about support. It's about finding the goal. It's about training the mentee. It's about motivating them. It's about giving advice, and it's about making sure that your mentee succeed and you succeed as a mentor. Okay, and giving the direction and giving the coaching. Okay, of course, the support. Okay, mentors use several specific competencies in an attempt to help mentees to develop. So you can use one or a few or all of this that you see in the diagram. These are critical skills for mentors. Let's move on. Okay, now, number 1, the first, okay, of 5 critical skills, okay, for mentors. Instructing, developing capabilities. Probably all mentors do some teaching or instructing as part of their mentoring. Okay. If you're a teacher, of course, you need to be a mentor. You need to be a coach, besides being a teacher. Okay. The skill is especially important in formal mentoring. This seldom means that you will give formal speeches and lectures. Okay. Instead, your instructing will usually be more informal, from modeling specific behaviors to conveying ideas and processes one-on-one in a tutoring mode. Okay. That's the first one. Okay. Mentoring skill that you must have, instructing and developing capabilities. It would be good if you're already a teacher, okay, but not necessarily so. I know good mentors are not teachers or professors or lecturers, but they're good mentors. They have been mentoring their colleagues in the organization. I've seen that before. Okay, let's move on. Okay, a mentor. Be a learning broker. If you're a mentor, be a learning broker as you assist your mentees in finding resources such as people, books, software, website, okay, and other information sources. Help them recognize inspiring actions they took in the past and ways to excel again. It's always tempting to tell mentees what to do, and in fact, to have them follow in your footsteps, a mistake which a lot of mentors make. You shouldn't do that, okay? Your challenge as a mentor is to ensure that your mentees identify and pursue their own form of greatness, not necessarily yours. Okay, of course, you want them to be great. Okay, you want them to be great, but okay, I want to repeat this. Okay, your challenge as a mentor is to ensure that your mentees, okay, identify and pursue their own form of greatness, not necessarily yours. Some outstanding mentors use language stories, metaphors, and powerful phrases to inspire their mentees. Okay, now number 2, the next important skill, okay, of a mentor, inspiring. One skill that separates superb mentors from very good ones is the ability to inspire their mentees to greatness. Now, by setting an example yourself and helping your mentees experience other inspirational people and situations, you can help them onto future paths that excite and motivate even beyond their original dreams. Mentors vary in their ability to be inspiring. So different mentors, okay, have different ability in inspiring their mentees. Let me move on. Okay, see why I'm showing this again. Okay, integrity, vision, positive, sense of humor, solid communicator, inspiring. So inspiration, the skill of inspiring, that is a very important skill of a mentor. Okay. Sorry, where am I?
Professor, please click to see the presentation.
Okay, okay. Is it okay now?
Great, great, great.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, mentors can do inspiring actions yourself, which challenge your mentees to improve. Help them observe others who are inspiring. Arrange other inspirational experiences for them and challenge them to rise above the mundane and do important things in life. Okay, rise above the normal and do important things in life. Okay, let's move on. Number 3, okay, this is the third important mentoring skill, providing corrective feedback. In addition to giving frequent and sincere positive feedback, effective mentors should also be willing and able to give mentees corrective feedback. When you observe your mentees making mistakes or performing in less than desirable ways, you should be direct with your mentees. Let them know what you perceive and providing some better ways for handling the situations. It will probably be better for them to hear it from you than from others because you are their mentor. Okay, this is an aspect of the mentor's protection skills, managing risk. Okay, we'll come to that later on. That's another important mentoring skill. One of the first things you can discuss with your mentee is if and how they'd like to receive this feedback. At the same time, you'll be more likely to give feedback if you're invited to do so. Okay, let's move on. A mentor should attempt to use positive, non-derogatory, business-like words and tone of the voice with mentees when their behaviors or products are unsatisfactory. Give corrective feedback in private. Give the feedback as soon as feasible after the performance. Now, teach your mentees new knowledge, skills, and attitudes by explaining, giving effective examples, and asking thought-provoking questions. Okay, let's move on. Help your mentees gain broader perspectives of the organizations, including history, values, culture, and politics. Demonstrate or model effective behaviors, pointing out what you're trying to do. Help them monitor performance and refocus steps as needed. A key part of your instruction is teaching the mentoring process. You can do this by making process comments, pointing out, naming, and otherwise getting your mentees to recognize which aspect of mentoring you're doing at the time and why. Number 3, encouraging. The most valued mentoring skill is encouraging. Okay, this includes giving your mentoring partners recognition and sincere positive verbal feedback. Effective mentors encourage their mentees, which in turn helps increase the mentees' confidence, enables them to develop. At the same time, successful mentees make a point of positively reinforcing their mentors, which serves to keep the mentors focused and motivated. Okay, mentors need to be motivated too. Okay, provide genuine positive feedback to your mentors and mentees regularly. Okay. Number 4, identifying goals and current reality. Now, mentor should have a personal vision, specific goals, and a good grasp of current reality. As a mentor, be clear on, talk to your mentees about their visions, dreams, and career life goals. They'll be interested in your current reality, your view of your strength and limitation, as well as the current reality of situation within your organization, and one help recognizing theirs as well. So mentors should know his or her tentative goals, strengths, what development you need, and the specific assistance you'd like. Okay. Okay, number 4, managing risk. Okay, this is the fourth skill as a mentor. Another distinguishing characteristics of effective mentor is their willingness and ability to protect their mentees from disasters. Okay, one of the tasks is to prevent mentees from making unnecessary mistakes as they learn to take appropriate risks. The skill of managing risk builds closely on the core skills of building trust identified earlier. We saw that, okay? Building trust. Mentors will help mentees recognize their risks involved in actions and projects. Make suggestions to help avoid major mistakes in judgment or action. Help them learn to prepare well, get wise counsel, then trust their own decisions and actions. Now, if requested, in difficult situations, intervene as your mentees advocate with others. Mentees have identified managing risk as an increasingly important mentoring skill. Okay. What was it? Managing risk. Okay. Mentees have identified managing risks and as an increasingly important mentoring skill. Let's move on. Okay, the last one, the fifth skill, okay, that mentors should have. Okay, opening doors. Now, mentors are usually in a position to provide visibility for their mentees. Am I right? Show you the board, you know all the right context. You must open doors of this context to your mentee, to your colleagues, to the one you are mentoring. Okay, this means opening the right doors that allows them to meet people and to demonstrate to different audiences what they can do. Okay, research has shown that when mentors vouch for mentees in the ways mentioned, their work is much more likely to be well received. Let's move on. Mentors should put in a good word to people who could help your mentee reach desired goals. Personally introduce your mentees to appropriate context. Make certain your mentees' abilities are noticed by others. Give your mentees assignments or opportunities that enable them to interact with important colleagues, suppliers, or customers. A lot of times, these things doesn't happen in many organizations, okay? Everybody, you know, is so selfish, they keep it to themselves. How do you grow? But you have to accept the fact there are so many types of people, yeah, all kinds of behaviors around, okay, in our world. So if you want to be a good mentor, if you want to be a good boss, if you want to be seen as someone who is unselfish, okay, then these are the things as a mentor that you should do, okay? Give assignment opportunities that enable them to interact with important colleagues, suppliers, or customers, and suggest other resources for your mentees to pursue. Right? Okay, I'm done with all the skills, but now I want to share with you this how cooking was discovered. Now, this is a parable that I took from the book called The Challenges of Organizational Change that was written by Rosabeth, this lady, a professor from Harvard, Rosabeth Moskenter. She had this story inside her book. What do you call? And it's taken from, and this story was told by Charles Lamb, a very ancient, what do you call, writer in Old England, about more than 100 years ago. And Charles Lamb wrote that essay, and the essay is called How Cooking Was Discovered. Now, according to Charles Lamb, he said in those days in England, the English, okay, the villagers like to live in thatch houses like this. They live, what do you call, up here, and all their animals, okay, their cows, their chickens, their goats, and you know, their ducks and whatever, they all live downstairs. Now, according to Charles Lamb, one day in a village in Old England, all the villagers went to another village to have a feast. Okay. While they were away having the feast, and when they got back to their village, they found one of their houses like this caught fire and burnt down. Everything was in ash, including all their domestic, what do you call, animals, the cows, the lambs, the goats. And then they were all working together. They were all trying to salvage whatever they can. And then you see all the animals, you know, domestic animals, they were all like having a barbecue, okay? All smelling and all, what do you call, burnt, you know, okay? And then the villagers were trying to salvage, and then one of them were poking their finger into one of the lamb that was already burnt, okay? As he or she poked the finger, it was hot, okay? Can you imagine? It was freshly burnt and it was hot, and then took out the finger and put his finger into the mouth like that, and voila, according to Charles Lamb, what do you call, this person found what do you call a sweet taste from the finger that they put onto the lamb that was burnt. A sweet taste came out. Okay, and then what do you call, Charles Lamb said, voila, they what do you call, he in his that story that he wrote, he said that that's how cooking was discovered 100 years ago. And you know what happened after that in this old English village? Okay, whenever they want to have a big feast, they will choose a house like this that you see in the picture, take a lamb, throw it inside the house, and they burn the house. But according to the management lesson, which is also connected to the mentoring skills lesson that we are learning today. Okay, the lesson is, according to Professor Elizabeth Moss-Cantor, this is what she said. Okay, when she read the story, she read the parable, she came out with it. She said, if you don't know, okay, how the lamb got cooked, you are going to be wasting hell of a lot of houses, whole hell of a lot of thatch houses like this. So similarly, okay, from that parable, when you are mentoring, you need to know. That's why you need to polish your skill. You need to know what to do. If you don't know what makes your mentees become better, if you don't know what inspires your mentees, if you don't know what you call what would improve what you call your mentee in a shorter time, okay, then you will be like with these villages, okay, in old England. Okay, so you need to know. Otherwise, if you don't know, you will just be like these villagers. Every time they want to make have a feast, choose a house, put a lamb inside it, and then burn the house. So Professor Elizabeth Moss-Cantor said, if you don't know how the lamb gets cooked, you're going to be wasting hell of a lot of houses. Similarly, if you don't know how you can produce or enhance the skill of your mentees and do your mentoring in the proper process, in the proper manner, and not wasting time, it will not happen. So you're going to be wasting a lot of time. Okay, that's why I shared this how cooking was discovered parable, okay, to more or less conclude our session today on mentoring development skills. Let me move on. Okay, before I go on, I have this again questionnaires, but I think you can do this later. I will share this if you want to have it. I have 40. This is the first question. There are how many questions? There are okay, 46 questions here. You just have to choose A and B. Okay. Okay. Do you prefer many acquaintance with brief contact and all that? A few acquaintance with more lengthy contact? There are 46 questions. You just choose A and B. So once you have chosen A and B, this is also the template. Okay, this is again the personality indicator answer sheet. So if you choose A, this is the question. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This column are the questions. Okay, there are 46 questions. So from the question just now, if you question 1, you choose A, put an X there. If you choose B, put an X there. So at the end of this column, you add up. Okay. If your answer is more A than B, then you bring this E down. So if your B answer is more than A, then you bring I down. Okay, look at the last line here. These are the alphabet E, I, S, N. Same thing here. Okay, question 2, 5. You just you choose A or B, put an X there, and see which one is more. So if B is more, then you bring N down. Again here, that another cluster of question. If your A is more, then you bring T down. If B is more, then you bring F down. Similarly here. Okay. Then, for example, you have E down, S down, T down. You'll get a 4 alphabet. Okay. And the alphabet should look like this. So if you're from the question that you answered and you get ISTJ, okay. If here you get I, S, T, J, if that was what you got from answering the question, okay, then you would be called a systemizer. Decisive in practical affairs, traditionally dependable, quiet, serious, detail-oriented, practical, stable, thorough, responsible, and all that. Okay, if you have ENTP, you are innovator. So I have this whole thing here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 12 clusters of what kind of person you are, whether you're a socializer, stabilizer, doer, performer, clarifier, energizer. So you would know what kind of a mentor you are. Are you a builder? Are you a theorizer? And all that kind of thing. So that's it. I will share this. Okay, you can what do you call? I'll share the slides. You can ask what do you call the organizer to mail you or share with you. Okay. Okay. Now, my last few slides. The fourth unwise monkey. See no evil. We are used to this. Hear no evil. Speak no evil. But now you have the fourth monkey. Okay, we are now living in a QR code era, post-truth, fake news era. Okay, that's the world that we live in today. So don't try. Okay, hopefully you don't end up being the fourth monkey. Okay, follow and share all evils. That's what the fourth monkey is doing. Okay, I got this from a Japanese CEO who whose factory was in India in one of the webinars. So I thought I like it. So now I'm sharing it with you guys. Let's move on. Okay. Okay. There are 4 ladies we must never have in any meeting. So if you are in any meeting, you please make sure. Sorry, ladies, you must never have all these ladies inside the meeting. Mona, Donna, Fiona, and Wona. So in your organization or in your company, if you have these girls, okay, with this name, you must make sure they shouldn't be in any of the meetings. But if the ladies have all these names, Lisa, Inga, or Nada, okay, they must be in all the meetings. Okay. Nada, are you listening to me? Nada, Prof. Nada?
Yes, I hear Prof. Prof.
Lisa, Inga, or Nada, they must be in all meetings.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now you know why I say that. Okay, let's see. Now, if it's Mona means meetings only, no action. Donna, discuss only, no action. Fiona is fantastic ideas only, no action. And it's Vona, this one I created, okay, recently. WhatsApp only, no action. So these girls shouldn't be in any other meeting. But these 3 ladies must be in all meetings. Look at Lisa. Listen to instruction and straight away take action. Wow, Lisa. And if you are Inga, Dr. Inga, I hope you're listening to this. You have integrity. You're a no-nonsense girl. You are not only gorgeous, you are action-oriented. And then Nada, Prof. Nada, you also no-nonsense, okay, assertive, developmental, and agile. Okay. Okay, now we live in, to end my session, okay, we live in a VUCA world, okay? Well, we saw this in the beginning: volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, and complexity. Okay, so in order to guide you, for you to be more careful, you need to adopt the OODA approach, OODA. So in other words, what you need to do is you need to observe, you need to orient yourself, and then you decide what you need to do, and then you take action. So this is my last slide and my last advice to you guys. I hope you guys have a good session. Okay, and of course, tomorrow, Prof. Nada will complete this whole program with her exciting and awesome presentation. Thank you. Any questions or violent objections? All right. Okay.
Thank
right.
you.
All right.
Thank you,
Okay.
Professor
Okay.
Karudin. Please, our great audience, please, now we are open for questions and answers. So please be free and ask Professor Karudin whatever you want, whatever you need from this session, please. Professor Karudin, I was watching the chat. Okay, we have one. difference between mentoring and consulting.
Okay, okay.
What
Let me
is
see. I need to go back. I need to
okay?
wait,
Professor
I
Karudin,
need to go.
you
Wait, wait.
can
Can I? How do I? Oh, stop share. Okay. All
okay,
right. Okay, I'm
okay.
back. All right. Okay. The question was, what is the how do you differentiate between mentoring
Consulting,
and
consulting.
consulting? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Sorry. I always have a lot of jokes about consulting. A consultant is someone who con you and then insult you. A consultant is someone who asks you what time it is, borrows your watch, and then walks away with your watch. So there are all these jokes, that people make about consultants. So from there already you know that consulting is different from mentoring. Consulting is sharing your skill, sharing your expertise, but with a very high fee. But mentoring, mentoring is more, this is my view, okay? Yes, other people may have a different view. Mentoring is more personal. It's more, building trust. Consulting, you don't need to build trust, because when your client, recruits you and takes you to be the consultant, they probably do not trust you, but they know that you're good. Then they'll pay whatever there needs to be, and that's it. Off you're gone. So that's to me, my comparison. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I look at consulting and mentoring. Mentoring is more personal. Mentoring is you need to build the trust. In consulting, you don't need to build the trust. People know that you're already good at it, and then because it's all economics, okay. So that's my response, Prof. Nada, to the guy who
Okay. So yes, we can make the difference between mentoring, coaching,
and consulting.
yes, consulting, training also, because that are not the same terms. Coaching, mentoring, training, that is not the same. Let me see. Do we have more? Bravo, super, thank you. Wonderful, sir. Let's see. Do we have? I think that I see before one. Let me go back. How well he or she develop the skill of a mentor? How can we develop a skill of a mentor? He or she. It means on us all. How can we develop it?
I thought that's your area. Tomorrow you will share how we can develop the skill of the mentor. But anyway, today I've already shared 5 important skills that a mentor needs to have. In order to develop it, you must be serious. If you're in an organization, there is a process in doing it. You can't just do it offhand, once in a while and do it. No, it won't work. There must be people in the organization must know there is a mentoring program going on. So the mentees will then choose the mentors, and then the organizations and the people who are responsible choose the people with the right mentoring skills, and then make sure that they are able to build the trust in the relationship. And they must have the 5 critical or core skills that I discussed about an hour and a half earlier on. That's my response to the answer, Prof. Nada.
Okay, yes, okay. So please, do you have more questions? Be free. Also, I want to ask you, because there are 45 participants, so 42. Please, can you open your camera? I want to see the beautiful faces, Lali, Marina,
Don't forget, we
Lali,
need to take a
please.
group photograph, Prof. Nada.
Yes,
Can you please open the cameras?
please
Yeah, we
open
need to
the
have a good.
camera. Miriam, Nainin, Shorena.
Ah, ah.
Camera certo șezi le foto
Yes,
gadavi
yes, please open your camera.
Miss Tolor Dava, Miss
Yes,
Maka. Where are you from, Miss Maka?
this is all Georgia. Professor
Oh,
Karudin.
Georgia. Oh, okay. Hello. Oh, Georgia. Yeah.
Professor Karudin, think, you imagine a situation that you are now in Georgia. We
Oh,
are
okay.
together in Georgia.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice.
I hope that we will be very soon in Georgia.
Yes,
Yes,
I can't
yes,
wait. I
of
can't
course.
wait I can't wait to go to Croatia, Georgia, and all those countries around there again.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So are we taking a group photograph? Who's taking it?
I
Yeah.
am taking Professor Kerudin, but the camera are not open. Please,
Okay.
please, Nina, Zirakadze, Puya Baha, Dali, please open your camera.
Chatted kamerada githovd.
Okay, I will only this first part open. Let's make this. Okay. So, if we don't have the question, we come to the end of this day 2. Professor Kerudin, it was amazing, like always. We want to thanks to our great Dr. Inga for bringing this great Georgian participants here. Here, I need to close, then again open to this amazing batch 6 of the mentors program. Today, mentee, tomorrow, mentee and mentors. So that is something beautiful, something great from this program. Yesterday, our great Dr. Sikam took the training for the first day, Professor Karudin today, and tomorrow I will finish this program. So we want to thanks again to our great Dr. Snikta for giving us this amazing training session, to our great sir for giving us great IIU, for the opportunity to have this program, to have this IIU stage, and to have all these programs. So till tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy. Please be at time tomorrow. I know that it is a working day, so it is a working day for me and for you and for all of us. So this Inga, who is his coming at the end? So it's okay. It's okay. All of us have our duties. So I hope, and by this comments. It is visible that this program was very interesting, that you learn a lot. Be free tomorrow at the last day. If you have any question, also put in the group. Don't take this program to be finished and that you don't have the answers on your questions. So, Professor Karudin, your last words.
My last word, my final word for tonight.
For
Stay
tonight.
safe. Stay
Thank
safe,
you
stay
very
healthy.
much. Very
Okay, stay
interesting
safe, stay
session.
healthy. Okay, that's very important. And
Thank
I
you.
hope you
Thank you,
guys
Vishwani.
will be wonderful, excellent mentors to your mentees. That's my last word.
A big clap to our great Professor Karudin. Please, if you want to say something, open your mic. Miss Lali, thank you. Anyone?
I want to say hello to Mr. Guram. Mr. Guram.
Mr.
He's on.
Guru.
Mr. Guram.
I think that Mr. Guram say hello to our great Professor Karudin. He really wants that from the start of the session. Please, Mr. Guram.
He's on silent. He's on silent mode. He's still muted. I'm sure he can hear me.
It's okay. Professor Karudin, he will say tomorrow. He will say tomorrow.
All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Yes. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye to all.
Hello.
Miriam, please say something
Bye-bye.
to us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.